Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Guess who's back? Back again. Kaiyyah's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? So today's video is my 5 depression busting tips to increase your daily happiness. Now these are tips that I really vouch by. They're personal techniques that I've used in my darkest times just to get through, basically. So keep watching, because I guarantee if you even applied one of these tips 100%, you will be a much happier person. And if you apply all 5, oh my god, people are going to be stopping you on the street like, what? Like, what happened to you? Did you just win the lottery? You're just like, no, I'm just naturally this happy. But tip number 1 is change. Now, I know it probably sounds really obvious, like if something is stealing your joy, you should change it. It does sound obvious, but so many of us, we live with these little things or big things that just annoy us, draining our energy, niggling us on a daily basis, and we don't actually take the active steps to just change those things. So if there's something in your life that is not making you happy, that is making you unhappy, that's bringing you annoyance and just blah, you need to change it. When we have really big things in our life that are causing us pain, sometimes it's very difficult to even imagine how you would go about changing those things, but I recommend just taking it one step at a time. If you even just make a plan, if you even just take the first step, that is gonna give you a sense of power and control over your life. That feeling of powerlessness is one of the worst feelings, because you just feel like there's nothing that you can do, like things will always be this way, that there will always be this sadness in your life. But it's not true. You have the power to shape your own destiny, shape your surroundings to make yourself an environment that's conducive to maximum happiness, maximum joy. Even if it takes a long time, even if those first steps that you make don't succeed and you have to do a plan B, it's the very fact that you are taking the responsibility onto yourself to say, no, I'm not allowing this and this to happen to me, and I'm not allowing circumstances to dictate where I'm going to be and my life. I'm going to dictate it, and I'm just going to try my hardest to create a positive environment for myself. That new mindset will set you free in so many different ways. So definitely change your clothes if you don't like it. I know that some things in our life that are taking away our joy, we don't have control over, so we can't maybe physically change that thing, whether it's a person, whether it's a past event that's happened, but in those circumstances a really good tool is to change your thinking. So change the way you view that thing in relation to you, change the way you view that thing in relation to your life, and then you'll gain a whole new freedom from that thing. Really, your mind is just the most powerful thing. So taking control of that mental space and taking ownership of the mental space and the kind of thoughts that you allow yourself to have, recognizing your attitudes to things and how that determines your emotional well-being is so super important. Sometimes I think we are so captured by our thoughts that the real issue might not even be as bad as the thoughts that you're having towards that thing. So really just looking at your thought life and changing those negative thoughts for positive thoughts. I'll give an example. For example, in healthy eating, I noticed that when I was thinking, oh, I can't have this chocolate, oh, I can't have this cake, oh god, it just made it a much worse experience for me. But instead of thinking I can't do this, I can't do that, I would replace those thoughts with I can have this chocolate cake, but if I have it now, it would take me further away from my ultimate goals, so I'm choosing not to have it for this purpose. Which in both situations the facts are exactly the same. However, I've actually monitored my thought life and just thought, no, I can have it, I'm choosing not to have it. Therefore, it's not a burden on me like, oh, I can't have it, I can't have it, life is so miserable. I'm just like, you go, girl, you're living that healthy life. Yes, you know, vegetables make you happy. They give you good skin. Anywhoozles, tip number 2 is address low mood when it comes. So we all have down days where nothing's going right. You've run out of your favourite coffee, the roof is leaking, I don't know, the cat's gone missing, you've got a hole in your trainers and it's raining. Or maybe nothing like that at all happened today, you just woke up in a foul mood. But when you do have those days when you just feel like nothing's going right, or okay, this is what you're like. This is what I mean, I'm talking to myself here, because I've been like this sometimes, like all I wanted was a panini, and they didn't have any paninis. They had no paninis. Oh my god. Oh my god. Chocolate has so many calories in it, but I just like it so much. I just like it so much. Don't do that. No, honestly guys, I'm not trying to trivialize anybody's problems. Like, people have real problems, but don't do that. Don't do that. On those days when you are feeling just low, notice it. Okay, I'm not feeling great today, and address it. Do something that's gonna make you feel good on that day. Maybe go for a walk if that's your jam. My jam used to be painting my nails, because that was just something like I would look down at my hands and I'd be like, oh yeah, pink. Yeah. Arrange to go for a coffee with friends, ring someone up, say, hey, you don't have to tell them you're in a bad mood, just say, hey, fancy going to the cinema? They'll say, yes, of course, let's go, eat some popcorn. Yeah, so honestly, just staying in that situation, you're just gonna, have you guys ever been in it where you're sad about one thing and then you just lie in your bed and then like you're thinking about that thing and then everything else comes and just like all the worst things in the world just keep coming to your head. It's just gonna help you go into a spiral of depression. Instead of that, change your state of mind, okay? You're in a bad mood, whatever. You just gotta do something that's gonna snap you out of it. I know these small things like going for a walk, doing your nails, it might sound like, oh, how's that gonna make a difference? That's not gonna change the world. No, but it will lift your mood for that day. And these small steps are steps on a path that's just gonna help you just become a more mentally and emotionally healthy person. We can only do things step by step, and these small things, they really do make a difference. So on that point, what I'm not saying is don't allow yourself to feel pain. So that's important. I'm just saying don't stay there. Sometimes things happen to us and we do need a period of mourning. You know, some things are a shock and they're sad, but just don't stay there too long. My point number 3 is say it out loud. So sometimes we're so captured by negative thoughts, fears, feelings that may or may not be rational, but severely impact how we see ourselves and how we see the world in relation to ourselves. But saying what you're scared of, saying the things that are hurting you, takes the power away from them, because it's not just something that's whirling around in your head. You've actually physically outlined, okay, you know what, I'm scared of failure, or when this person did this to me, it really hurt me. And for me, the way that I do that is by praying. Even if you're not religious, I would recommend just saying it, because it's something about just physically saying what the issue is often can just take the power away from that thing. When you're alone in your bedroom, just be really, really brutally honest with yourself. Sometimes the reasons that we're feeling down are actually irrational, and by saying it out loud you can actually see, hold on a minute, that's not actually true. So stuff you've thought, what you're saying is not true, and I'm awesome. No, I've said things out loud that I've been scared of before, or reasons why I'm upset. I've said it and then I've been like, well, that's actually not true, that's laughable. And sometimes I've literally just laughed at the kind of ridiculous stuff that your mind tries to tell you sometimes. One, it's going to help you figure out what you can do about it. Secondly, if it's an irrational thought, it's going to point that out to you. Okay, this is not true, therefore there is no reason to be upset about this thing. There is no reason for this thing to have power over me anymore, because that thought is not true, and just banish it to the depths of hell. Bye bye. Yeah. Point number 4 is lifestyle. So there are certain lifestyles that are conducive to positivity and good mood, good mental space, and there are certain lifestyles that are not conducive to this. I'm guessing that if you're in a negative place mentally, you're also probably in a negative lifestyle as well, where you perhaps don't take time out for yourself, don't take proper care of all of this, don't take proper care of yourself. So I definitely say a positive lifestyle for happiness is definitely taking regular exercise. Regular exercise is amazing. It releases endorphins, it reduces your stress hormones. It also is time out for you, so it's acknowledging your needs, your body, and you're dedicating that time just for your own health. Even if you're not an exercise junkie, just go for a walk 3 times a week. Just go for a walk for 20 minutes. It's going to help your hormone regulations. It's going to release endorphins, which are going to help lift your mood. So that's steps 1, 2, 3 and 4 all in one thing. Just take a 20-minute walk. It doesn't take a lot out of your day. Eating healthy, and by eating healthy I just mean minimizing processed foods, eating whole foods, lots of natural fruits and veggies. They really do wonders for your hormone regulation, your mood, energy levels, which can definitely be drained, especially when perhaps if you suffer from anxiety disorder or depression. It can have a massive effect on energy levels. You just feel like you can't do anything. A healthy body, like the mind, the body, everything is all connected. And anyone that's going through a bad time, I would just highly, I can't recommend it enough. Diet and exercise. Might not solve all of your problems, but it's gonna solve some. Definitely. On the lifestyle point, it's about creating daily habits that are conducive to a positive mental state. So in with that, diet, exercise, also thinking about your physical environment and how that affects you. Things like our environment, like our rooms may be very messy, and that can affect your mood greatly. Or even if you live in an area that is perhaps a depressed area and you're walking past these same scenes every day, these same grey streets every day, don't underestimate the impact that can have on your psyche. If you're seeing these same things every day, or your working environment, the people that you're choosing to hang out with, think about how all of this interacts to make your lifestyle. Take some time out for you because you're important. We live in a capitalist society. We live in a society where the message is always like, work hard, work harder, die of a heart attack. But take time out to pursue things that fulfill you personally. It's not just about the 9 to 5. These can be small things like making sure that you have scheduled in time to meet your friends, making sure that you have friends, get some friends, pursuing your hobbies, things that you've always wanted to do that you've never had time to do or you've never found the time to do. Do that. Implement that in your life. Implement things in your weekly, daily life that bring you joy. No matter what it is, you need to cram it in there. Right, tip number 5 is tell a friend. Now, I know that this tip is going to be hard for some of you. Definitely for me, sharing those things that I'm most afraid of, sharing those things that get me down is very difficult for me because I don't really like opening up to people or letting people see me as weak. But if you don't tell anybody, nobody can help you, and some things you just might not have the capacity to deal with, especially if you feel depressed. You are going to have limited capacity to deal with these things that are going on inside of you. Even if the person that you tell doesn't necessarily understand exactly what you're going through, at least then you've got someone that perhaps, if you told perhaps your best friend, they would know, okay, well, I'm going to check up on Kaiyyah this week, or oh, let me invite her out for coffee or something, just to give you some extra support. If you don't tell those that love you, they can't do anything to help you. As humans, we crave community and we crave relationships, so sharing with other people, communing with other people is a really powerful tool that you can utilize to increase your daily happiness and keep those negative thoughts at bay. With me, thank you so much for joining me for this video. I hope that you found something in it that's useful that you're going to take away. If you want me to clarify any of these points further, then just leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There's going to be some really interesting videos coming up in the future. Remember to like and comment because that's going to help my channel grow and it's going to help more people see my videos so we can spread the positivity and love. And my social media is linked down below, so if you want to follow me on any of those social media outlets, then go ahead and follow me. Thanks for watching and adios! Ciao, adios, I'm gone. Bye! Gonna open a window, it's getting hot in here. If I open the window, noise from the street will come in. I'm gonna close the window. These are 5 depressing tips. It's 5 tips. Why have I got no words? Okay, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Listen. What am I talking? Do I know what I'm talking about? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Then you should. Ah, why phone? Why? If you, unless like your dad is Santa Claus or something, like, or I don't know, life's just not gonna throw everything good at you. You've got to go and get it. Go get it. Talking to my sleep at night, making myself crazy, out of my mind, out of my mind.